My name's Helen. This is my channel, Helen Mary Jo. If you're new here, then welcome. If you're returning, thank you. If you're a house bell, hello. So we've done Christmas. It's all over by the shouting. We're in that Twixmas period, as they call it, between Christmas and New Year. I mean, for us now, it's just quiet. We unfortunately, because of fireworks on New Year's Eve, we can't do anything. We can't go out on New Year's Eve. So, not that I'm a big one for New Year's Eve, but anyway, I'll get onto that in a second. I hope you all had a lovely Christmas, and I expect for some people, they're glad it's all over, because I should imagine if it's a tough time of year, that actual intense period of Christmas where everything points at Christmas must be really, really difficult. And, you know, I do realise I'm very lucky that my family are all able to come to me. I mean, I didn't have my son for Christmas Day. He came down with his family on Boxing Day, but I had the two girls here and my grandchildren, and my mum was here and my sister-in-law was here. And so we had a full house, and it was great. You know, I mean, honestly, without all the pre-preparation I do, I don't know how I would do it, to be honest with you. It's hard work. It's that dishwasher just was on and on, maybe 3 times a day, every day. And I was worrying because our dishwasher is actually 30 years old. It was in the house when we moved in, which is 10 years ago, and it was 20 years old then. And when we put the new kitchen in, we couldn't really justify putting a new dishwasher in just because we were putting a new kitchen in. So we said, well, we'll use that one, and when it breaks, we'll get a new one, you know, help on all the initial outlay, which is huge when you're doing the kind of work that we did on this house. And it's still going strong, but every time I put it on over Christmas, I was like, please, please don't decide to break today. And truthfully, I don't know what people did before dishwashers. I mean, I know loads of people haven't got them, but honestly, it was relentless with the food clearing. And we mostly only had one sort of main meal a day, but they were fairly big meals. So thank goodness for that, really. But, you know, because I think we haven't got any really young men in the family, that they devour everything in sight, don't they? So it was quite restrained in many ways. In actual fact, I will confess that when we had finished Christmas Day lunch, we could have all sat down again to the amount that was left. It was just immense. But that meant that we had loads for Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas in the UK. Well, not in the UK, actually, in England. England and Wales, I think, and maybe Northern Ireland, I'm not sure. But I don't think Scotland have Boxing Day. We all know what it is, put it that way. But it was when the rich used to give the poor boxes of gifts the day after Christmas, I suppose, to say thank you for their service. Anyway, you can look it up. I'll put it in the description box for those of you that are really interested. And so we always have cold cuts of all the turkey and gammon, and then I make bubble and squeak, which a few people didn't know what that was. So basically I make some fresh mashed potato because I don't like it kind of too strong, if that makes sense, because the sprouts, we mash the sprouts, soften them up a bit more, mash them with the parsnips and carrots, and then I add mashed potato to kind of give it a background neutrality of flavour, and then fry that. And the secret is to fry it in dripping, really, or lard, because that's got a quicker kind of catching point. So you need that kind of crusty top and bottom to it, and then you turn it and some of the crusty bit goes in. I couldn't possibly film it because it takes forever to do. In actual fact, it takes about 40 minutes to get it just right. So we did that on Boxing Day. Christmas lunch went exactly as to plan. Dolly wants to come in. That dog, I swear to God, she knows what I'm doing, and she's just gone out as I started recording, so I started again. Now she wants to come in. So where was I? So Christmas Day all went to plan. It was all lovely. There was one disaster, which, you know, is only right and proper, isn't it? I am far from perfect, as I've said all the way along this. I'm just a woman who will turn her hand to anything. And I made my first ever Christmas pudding. And it's a shame actually, because I think it will probably be my last one. And the reason is that when I turned it out the bowl, and I think what happened was I did it in the slow cooker again with a water bath, and I think some water got into the pudding, because when I turned it out, I nearly peed my pants laughing, because I said it looked more like a cow pat than a Christmas pudding. It was kind of just sat flat on the plate. It didn't hold its bowl shape, and it was definitely firm when I put it into the slow cooker. So I made a mistake there. I don't know what I did, but anyway, it got wet, and it wouldn't really light either. So we kind of sang. We always sing "We Wish You a Merry Christmas" to the lit Christmas pudding, and we kind of sang it to a damp cow pat. But we did have a laugh anyway, and it tasted delicious anyway, because what's not to like? It's just soaked dried fruit really, and nuts with a brandy flavoured dressing. So yeah, everything was good. Mum didn't feel too good in the evening on Christmas Day. I think she'd just eaten too much. You know, very difficult when there's a huge amount of food and you all just take a little bit. That actually ends up being quite a lot of food. I couldn't eat all my lunch either, to be fair. I still managed some trifle, and yeah, so all of that went well. I cured the salmon, which I did mean to film, but it just got too busy. But I will do that another day, because it's so easy, and I can do it on a small piece that we can just have, and I'll show you that. And another thing that I did, which was great, was a thing called Christmas bark, and I will show you that too, because that was very successful and everybody enjoyed it. So yeah, so overall it all went really well to plan. I did nearly murder my husband. I mean, really nearly murder him, because I had cooked the gammon. What I do is I boil the gammon, and then I let it chill, and then I do it on Christmas Day. So I do that on Christmas Eve, and then on Christmas Day I cut the rind off, cut the skin off, and then I cover it with honey and mustard and then bake it. And when I had cooked it on Christmas Eve, I said to Rob, we've got a fridge out in the garage, and it's usually a drinks fridge, but I said, put it in the drinks fridge, put it in the fridge in the garage, and you know, you have to make way for food, because the wine can be rotated, the beer can be rotated, i.e. take one out, put one in. And that was that. He said, do you want it covered? I said, no, it doesn't need covering, just put it out there. So Christmas Day morning, I went out to get some veg from the garage, and the 10-pound piece of gammon was sitting on a plate just in the garage, uncovered, just on a pile of timber basically. And I couldn't believe it. I'm having to speak quietly because he's in there. And I lost the plot. I was like, why did you do that? And he said, that's what you told me to do. Why would that have happened? So I swore, and I swore a lot. And he said, stop swearing. And I said, if I stop swearing, I will kill you. So it's best for me to swear. So anyway, luckily I was cutting all the edges off, so if any creatures, spiders or anything had been on it. And luckily it was the gammon, because, you know, gammon is kind of cured really, so it's not like the turkey. If the turkey had been left out overnight, I think I'd have had to bin it. But anyway, we could laugh about it later. So yeah, we did have some kind of incidents, and one of them being, I think I'm safe to say this, that my sister-in-law came, and I said to her that her chap could come for Christmas Eve dinner, and they don't live far away, so they don't live together or anything. They live in the same kind of residential place, and I wasn't expecting him to stay the night. And then as we were getting towards, I was a bit surprised because he had 2 glasses of wine, and I thought, well, that's funny because he's got to drive home. And then he said, oh, I've got to pop back in the morning and get some bits. And I suddenly was like, oh my good Lord, he's staying the night. And I hadn't planned for that at all. So that meant that my daughter, who was on her own, her husband wasn't here, had to go into the single room. So I said, I'm really sorry. She's like, what? And I said, I know, I'm sorry. And it was just hilarious, but not hilarious. You know, one of those, the poor chap, he knew something was going on, but I hope he didn't know what, because we got over it. And yeah, and he came back, and he left on Christmas morning, and actually he really enjoyed it because he hadn't seen children opening presents for a long time, many years, and so he enjoyed that. But it was one of those moments, you know, when you go, what are we gonna do? Anyway, we got there. So it was all good, it was all fine, it was all dandy. I thought I'd show you a few of my gifts. I actually did really well this year. Oh, hang on, that's the washing machine going. I've got to stop the beeping. It's non-stop washing as well, isn't it, when you've had a house full of people. So yeah, we had a few little glitches, but nothing bad, no sickness, no arguments, all good. So I just thought I'd show you a few of the gifts that I got. And I am considered notoriously difficult to buy for, and it's true, I am. And my face, as you will know, is quite expressive, and I can't hide how I feel. So I will try and plaster a smile on, but it's not very authentic. So there are things that I would like, but I'm always very kind of reticent to say. Anyway, I got some really nice things, and I'll show you. So first of all, I got this little gift from Grace, which, you know, anything that comes in a box like this is going to go down well. And she got me this beautiful makeup palette. And I mean, you know, I know really you're paying for the packaging, but you know, I love it. So isn't that lovely? Just my colours. So yeah, it's kind of all the colours I'd use really. So that was lovely. Couture mini clutch Casbah spices, and that's like a padded top there, which I know she's got a handbag like that. She got it for her 40th birthday from her friends, so she knows I like a bit of luxury. So that was that. That was just a thank you from her. Then the two girls together bought me my black crossbody, which I use all the time, had started to tear, so they got me this lovely, very soft pebble leather, and it's just the job, and it's got this nice tan lining and with a slot at the back, so that's just an incredibly needed and practical gift, so I was very happy with that too. My son bought me a beautiful pottery vase, which is in the front room. I can't really go in there because Rob's in the middle of getting his numbers ready for his tax return, which is always an awful job. Then Rob got me, oh, I will have to go in there. Wait a second. So this is the pottery vase that Henry got me, which is beautiful, beautiful colours. And it's kind of like, I'd call an artisan vase. I suppose it's about 8 inches tall, clay, really lovely, and sits nicely. He's brought me a couple of nice pottery pieces, and I've on the shelf unit in the front room, I'm kind of getting like a pottery section now, so that was lovely. And then Rob bought me this, which I have seen being fed to me on Facebook. This Saltworks Discovery Experience. And basically, you know, I've been talking about possibly changing my perfume. I've been wearing aromatics for many, many years. And there's 8 different scents in there with some sticks as well. I did spray one of them so that you can wear one and one at a time and kind of see how you like them. And then if you do like them, there's £25 off voucher if you buy a full size one. So I'll get to that in the new year. So that was good, he did well. Quite often Rob doesn't get me anything, and that's fine too, because actually, you know, I bought that bowl for myself as my Christmas gift, which was, you know, a luxury. It wasn't something I needed, but this year he did well. He got me those, which was thoughtful because I have been talking about changing my perfume. I mean, it's going to be difficult because I am known for that scent. The kids know me for that scent. Rob knows me for that scent. But even maybe if it's just I change it up now and again so that I can smell the aromatics again, because I can't smell it at all now. I've got a nose blind when it comes to that. And then when we'd gone into Lyndhurst, which is a local town where my sister-in-law lives, one of my sister-in-laws live. I had seen these in the shop window, and I kind of said, oh, I'd quite like to buy those. And Rob didn't say, go on then. And I knew they were complete extravagance and silly and all the rest of it. But I wanted him to just say, go and buy them then, but he didn't, so I didn't. And I think I've told you that my little grandson, Tiago, who lives with his mum and dad in Berkshire, his other granny lives in Windsor, and she regularly takes him to see the changing of the guards at Windsor. And he loves soldiers, he loves the marching, he does the marching exactly as you would imagine. I mean, really, like, he does the beat of the drum with a little tambourine exactly like when he wears his little bearskin hat all the time. Anyway, there was these 2 in the window, little Christmas decoration. Well, that one's not really got anything about it that's Christmassy, has it? I mean, I could in theory keep that all year round, but I won't. And then this one. So next year I will probably feature these in my mantelpiece display because I love them. And even better, because when I got them on Christmas Day, I said they're probably in the sale, and they'd gone into the sale the day that Rob got them for me. So win-win. So I love those, really cute. I suppose they're just over a foot tall, but and Rob's dad was actually in the Grenadier Guards, so it makes it all a little bit more connected and special. So that was that. Then my mum, who, you know, she's not supposed to get me anything at all, but I think because she was here, she did. She got me these lovely, and I hadn't seen these, this tin of Belgian luxury biscuits, but look at the beautiful tin. Isn't that stunning? I mean, I don't know what I'm going to use it for afterwards, but it's just so, so pretty with all the colours of the peacocks on, just my colour. And then she also got me this, which is handy, especially when I'm doing my kitchen cooking, a digital spoon scale. So it's just battery operated, and obviously just you can use the spoon. So when it's a small amount, you can just weigh it on the scale without using the weighing scales. She bought me this cake tester, which is rather nice, something I don't have. I always just use a knife like most people, but it's cute, isn't it? I like that. Gosh, my hair. And then she also bought me a dough scraper, you know, when you're making bread and you need to get the dough up or out of the bowl. So that was great and practical. And then on a less practical note, she got me this rather nice belt from Marks and Spencer's, which is unusual because it doesn't have an end. You just put the buckle through whichever hole you need. So she said she thought that would look nice on some of my black dresses, and actually it would look nice on white dresses. And as I'm saying that, I'm remembering that I've got some nice silver sandals, so that would look nice on a summer dress too, wouldn't it? So that was it. I mean, my sister-in-law gave me a gift voucher, my brother-in-law gave me some money, and that is everything I got, which is more than enough, and all good gifts, which for me is probably the first time in my life that's happened. So anyway, I just thought I'd come on, have a little chat, wish you all well. Oh, and what I must say, I should have started with this, is thank you so much for all the lovely comments on the video that I did with Mum. She's a bit like, oh, what nonsense, but I know that she likes it really, and I know that she reads the comments. And as I've said before, when you get to 92, you do become slightly invisible. And so for her to have this platform and to get so much love back from people, it's very special. And for us as a family, it's very special to have that on record, really. So, and I know it hits a lot of people because you've lost your mums. And as you know, I dread the day. And so, yeah, I wanted to really, truly say thank you. My next video, I will be talking about our upcoming holiday, which is coming around now because it's one of those after Christmas things. And Grace always used to say, well, still does, what's this after Christmas? It's just next month. That's all it is in December, it's just next month is after Christmas. But, we talk about it as though it's got a different time value or something, don't we? So, yeah, that's looming because we go away in the middle of January. And in my very next video, I will be talking about that holiday in a bit more detail for anyone who's interested, as well as showing you some of, I haven't bought a lot for it because I don't need a lot, but I have bought a few bits and bobs, and I'll be sharing that with you. And just two little things actually. One is we've got travel insurance with our bank, and I must have taken it out on the 31st of January last year, and so it just covers us for this holiday too. So the extra cruise insurance has covered me for another year, so that saved us £80. And then earlier on, my hair, Grace arrived back, she'd been at Katie's overnight, and she came back this morning just as I kind of was getting dressed from washing my hair, so my hair kind of dried undone, for want of a better expression. And so I dried it and it was looking a bit kind of lackluster, so I thought, well, I'll just stick a few heated rollers through it just to kind of give it a bit of smoothness and stuff. And I've got these heated rollers that you put in and they kind of heat up, they carry on heating up. So you put them in and you kind of roll them up, obviously, and then you put the clip on and they get hotter in your hair. Now, I don't know if I didn't hear it beep or whatever, but when I got it out, it was kind of like almost smoking, but I thought, well, that'll be all right. And I kind of managed to put it in my hair and I put the clip on. And then when it cooled down and I took the clips off, I couldn't get that one out. And I thought, oh my Lord, I thought it melted. I thought the clip had melted onto the roller. And I honestly had visions that all my hair was going to be broken off at about here, and it would have been about there. So there would have been no hiding it. It would have been about there that it would have all broken off. But what had happened, for some reason, I don't know, because it was too hot or whatever, the prongs of the clip had gone into the roller. And so I actually had to kind of slide my hair out of it all. I thought, this is typical me, that I'm impatient, and instead of waiting and letting that roller cool down before I used it, I just whacked it in my hair. I mean, as I was doing it, I was thinking, for the sake of 2 minutes, I nearly had a proper situation on my hands. I'm not going to say disaster because it's only my hair, but really, Helen, for goodness sake, when will I ever learn? Probably never. Anyway, on that note, I will see you really soon. Thanks for watching, and have a great day, and enjoy the rest of this holiday period, whatever you're doing. Thanks for watching. Bye.